Okay, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a full day of eating on this current fat loss phase where I'm trying to get leaner. So everybody's favorite video usually, just showing the food throughout the day, showing what I'm eating and why. So yeah, let's get into it. What you see on a lot of these meals is I'm trying my best to keep it whole foods and single ingredient. Of course, there will be a few bits in there that aren't. And I'm not a connoisseur or an ambassador for it. I'm just trying my best to keep things as I said, single ingredient and whole food as possible, because I've noticed a real shift in my gut and in how I feel day to day. Things have really improved. So stick along and I'm gonna run you through everything. So it's currently 7 a.m. And because I'm fasted, I've not had a coffee or anything, it's time to do this. So this is a blood test and something that I highly recommend anyone to do, whoever you are. Get your blood work done regularly to understand where everything is, not only from a hormonal range, but from a health marker range as well, to ensure that everything is in an optimal range essentially. So I'm gonna do this now. This is like a home kit. So it's not got loads of markers, but it's just it's a finger prick, and then you send it off and they obviously get your results. So let's do it. It's 7 a.m. and it's so hot already. You can see obviously how bright it is. You know, it's July. I put a top on for the intro, but I'm so hot right now. So yeah, you do need to start getting up a lot earlier, I feel, in these months, because if not, it's very difficult to get going with things. You can tell I'm roasting. So anyway, gonna obviously had one of these already, half a liter. I'm gonna have another one, and then gonna have my coffee, and I'm gonna go for a walk with the dog, because as you can tell, he needs walking. he wakes us up. Well, I guess our alarm wakes him up, and then it's like, I don't care what you're doing, guys, I need to get on a walk. So he comes first, and then he'll be into work. Right, so the time is 12:52. Don't know if you can see that. 12:52, 10 to 1, and I've not eaten yet. So full day of eating, I'm not eating yet. The reason behind that is, as you'll know, I'm currently in a fat loss phase. I'm essentially trying to lose a bit of body fat, get a little bit leaner. So I'm really pushing my meals out at the moment. This is, I'll be honest, this is a bit later than usual. Typically I'll be eating my first meal around 12, but it's got a little bit later on today. So what I'm doing for this meal is I'm kind of combining, because I really do like my breakfast foods. So, you know, avocado toast, that's basically it, avocado toast. I'm going to combine it with the protein portion, which I would be having chicken breast for my second meal, and I'll be having like avocado toast and some eggs. So I'm like combining it a little bit, and I'm doing it all in one. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some chicken breast sliced, and then some avocado on toast. Said that so many times. Avocado on toast, and that's kind of it, and some vegetables on the side. Why is my chicken in a plastic bag like that? This is a point I wanted to speak about actually. What I've done recently is a little bit pricier, but I've been getting all my protein from the butchers, okay? So what I do is I get what I need for the week. So my protein sources consist of mince and chicken breast. What I do is I put them into separate bags essentially, and then put them into the freezer, so that they're there for the week, and then I take them out on the day that I'm having them and defrost them. So why have I done that? I'm sure a lot of people can guess. You know, supermarket bought meats just don't compare to the level of quality that the meats you get in the butcher have. So that's essentially what I've done. For example, I've obviously not got it here, but the mince that I was getting in the supermarket, it just dawned on me a while ago. I turned it around, and I'm looking on there. There's E numbers in it. You know, all sorts of preservatives. Same with the chicken breast. It's full of stuff to keep it to last longer on the shelves. Whereas that's not what you want in your protein. So I made a decision quite a while ago now actually to essentially get my protein from the butchers. It's something that I would highly recommend. It's not, I say it's a bit pricier, it's really not that bad. I think I calculated I was spending maybe 10 more euros a week on the protein that I was getting from there, but of course it's fresh. That's why I need to freeze it. If you leave it for more than a couple of days, it will go off, and that's what you want. You don't want your proteins to be lasting for ages in the fridge. It's not what they should be doing. So anyone looking to level up their health a little bit, big tip there. I'll add, got 3 things. So I've got powdered garlic, I've got chicken seasoning, and then something called topping, which is essentially got, well, it's got like green herbs, sesame seeds, and then some crushed salt. If you still are like following a nutrition plan, or well, what everyone should be doing really, if you're watching what you eat and you have a bit of structure, just please make sure you actually take the time to season it properly, because that will be the #1 roadblock, and you'll fall at the first hurdle. If you're ever trying to eat healthy food and eat what you need, there's ways to make it very boring, there's ways to make it very interesting. So make it interesting, it doesn't take much. I'm using this bread. It's just a seeded loaf, but you'll notice it's from the bakery section. All right, so, ow. Toasted. Ow, toasted. I'm gonna add some avocado now. Gonna be going for about 20 grams total. Got some coriander for the garnish. I don't know, I just love coriander. You don't know I love my sriracha. So a bit over the top. Don't need to weigh this. Standardized all the time, so it's the same every day. And just a little bit of ketchup. Zero sugars. See, as much as I've been speaking about how important it is to have whole foods, etc., there will be the odd thing. You know, I'm having 0 sugar ketchup, which honestly hasn't got that much bad in it. It's just got a bit of sucrose, which is a sweetener, which is something I'm not a big fan of, but you've seen how much I've put on there. It's not gonna, you know, kill me. All right, next little bit of food. Got some melon going in just before I get back into work, back in the office. Have you seen probably already the foods I'm having? I'm trying to keep them as whole food as possible, and I've already kind of spoken about the benefits of certain foods, and that's like, I'm not gonna try and preach that I'm like a whole foods person and I don't eat anything processed and whatnot, but I definitely have kind of scaled back a little bit. And it's funny because the industry I'm in, the fitness industry, coaching industry, it's funny because, you know, it should be health and fitness at the forefront. However, a lot of the times you see certain people eating things, or certain coaches giving their clients certain things to eat, and a lot of those meals are just packed with ultra processed foods that are just going to be a nightmare for the gut and a nightmare for health in general. And I think it's worth, you know, zooming out a little bit and thinking, right, what does your nutrition look like? Is it made up of 80% whole foods or 90% whole foods, 10% processed? Okay, maybe not too bad. Is it made out of 50-50? You know, just really assess things. If I certainly look back, even on this channel, if I look back far enough, some of the foods I used to eat just for the purpose of, you know, carbs or fats, were just not ideal. And I would be eating far too many processed foods, far too many ultra processed foods that I just wasn't getting much benefit from. So that's why, especially over the past year or so, I've really had a big focus on trying to have as much of my diet come from whole foods. If there is the odd thing that I eat that isn't necessarily amazing for me, it's not a big deal, provided I'm keeping that percentage on the higher end, you know, making it whole foods. That's all I'm really focused on. But anyway, as I said, I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to say this is good, this is bad. I'll state facts, that's for sure, because I feel that's kind of my duty, especially as I am a coach. but I'll never start to demonize certain foods. If you can find a healthy balance and make sure that you're not overdoing it, then you know, it should be all good. So I'm gonna plot myself here for a bit and continue with the day. All right, here out for a coffee, just a little work break before it's back into a bit more work later on today. And this is the thing about living in Marbella, it's just insane. Sat down for a coffee down the road and the views are just spectacular, so I can enjoy this. And as I said, it's back into work. It's a rest day today, so no training. So it's my biggest day usually of work that I've got on, so this coffee is needed. Got myself a nice iced americano, so no calories. All right, I know I said I'm not training today. Have I mentioned that? Yeah, it's a rest day from the actual gym, but I have got a 5K run, so pretty easy, which is why I'm sticking to rest day food. So yeah, this is actually going to be, I've had a coffee already, as you've seen, so I don't need one. I'm just having some coconut water now, and then I'm going to have a couple of medjool dates with peanut butter, dark chocolate, and some salt on top, which is one of my favorites. So yeah, this is going to be pre-workout, and as I said, into a run after that. So I'm going to get this down me. Okay, it's dinner time. As you can tell from me salivating, and I've got some bolognese. I did have some courgette, but I've just eaten all of that. Don't forget your veg. So yeah, I've got 120 grams of spaghetti, 230 grams of lean beef mince, and then I've just added on there, give or take, around 10 grams of parmesan, just grated on top. So this isn't going to be our final meal. I'm going to have some fruit after it, because I just love fruit at the moment. It's summer, it's hot. You know, what better thing to have as dessert than fruit? Anyway, just adding some basil on top here, as you can see. Basil on your pasta, always. Can't go wrong. And yeah, that's going to be that. Calories are quite low, obviously they'll be on the screen at the end of the video, but that's because it is a rest day. I'm cutting and it's a rest day, so you know, it's a double whammy. So yeah, that's dinner. All right, it's final bit of food for the day. If I'm not quick, you'll get it. So got a bowl of fruit, got one nectarine, and a few bits of lemon. I was going to say melon. And I've actually got this little drink here as well that we picked up once before and we really liked it. It's called Tranquilo. It's got 500 milligrams of ashwagandha in it. So anyone who knows ashwagandha, great supplement to have as you start to approach bedtime. Essentially helps you relax and gets you into that state to have a productive sleep. So having it in drink form, it tastes lovely. Yes, it's got sweeteners in it, but it tastes so good. This is what I meant earlier, like a bit of a balance, try to get the majority of my stuff through whole single ingredient foods, and drinks. Obviously, you know, you've got stuff like this, but it is what it is. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to put it in a wine glass because I feel fancy. I'm not doing this for the video. I've actually done this before. There we go. So I'm going to have that. I'm going to put the calories and macros on the screen for you all. I know everyone likes to see them. As I said, very low food today because it's a rest day and I am cutting. This is how I look. I think I look quite lean at the minute. Going to keep going, see how lean I can get, as that's the goal. But I'm going to have this now and I'm going to wrap the video up there. So thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like. Everyone says it always helps the channel. I guess it does. And stay tuned for more videos.